All right, everybody, how you doing? Super excited to have you with me today. We're going to get into how to minimize your legal risk and personal liability in house flipping. This may not be the most exciting topic, but it's one of the most important topics you could be dealing with. These are things people don't think about until it becomes a problem. And when they become a problem, they can become an oh crap problem that can turn into a massive thing. So the good news is with lots of these, if you avoid them up front, it'll solve problems for years or decades to come. Part of that is the whole concept, I believe, in draft by design, not by default. And so a lot of people just do things by default when they're getting into house flipping rather than designing it the way it should be. And once you put some of these systems in place, it will save your butt more than once. And so that's what we want to do. Super important topic. So excited for so many of you to be with us today. What you're going to learn today is the process I use to lower risk and liability. Things you should be doing during the rehab process. Things you should be doing when making an offer on a property. So, and at the end, if you stay till the end, I'm going to be giving away our rehab estimate form. This is a fantastic document as you go to properties where you can write everything down. You know what to do. It'll help you with putting an estimate together on a property. So stay till the end and I'll send you a link, or we'll post a link for you to get a copy of that absolutely for free. You're going to want to take advantage of it. It's a great form. It makes life so much easier. This show's for entertainment purposes only. Before you make any financial moves, consult with a real estate professional, attorney, CPA, or other professional who's an expert on subject matter. Everybody's situation is different. There's no one-size-fits-all guaranteed approach. DHM may receive payment of sponsorships, guest forms of books, giveaways, items, discounts, or other remunerations. As with anything in life, results come from education, following a system, hard work, and determination to follow through until the end. All right, welcome, guys. Please, in the comments, give me your first name and the city and state you're investing in. I'd love to see it. You can just put it in the comments, whether you're listening to the live video or listening to the recorded video. Please put it in the comments. Let me know your first name and the city and state you are investing in or want to be investing in if you are just getting started. Don't be shy. Put your name in here, and it may be helpful for you here in a little bit. If you are watching these, the recorded video, please join us live every single Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And one of the major benefits of joining live is as we're talking about things, you can ask questions, and I will give you answers during this live session that you can take advantage of. So if you're listening to the recording, join us live, Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Excited for you to be with us. A couple of quick shout outs. We got a few people here. Rob from Houston, Texas. Rob, thanks for being with us. Chris from Paris, Texas. Man, we got Texas all over here. We might as well put our stomping boots on. That's fantastic. We have New Jersey, Faraz 37. Love to know your name. But we got New Jersey in the house with us. Carlos. Carlos, you've been with us the last couple of times here, haven't you? You've been with us. That's fantastic. So we got Carlos. Let's see. Gonna get my feet wet in Raleigh and Durham. Well, we've done a bunch of stuff in Durham and Raleigh, so that's exciting. Therese Williams from Stratford, Connecticut. Excited for you to be with us. Let's see here. Frez, you've been with us. Hi there. Can't remember where you're from, though. Texas in the house. Absolutely. Gerald, investing in Tennessee, Illinois. Let's see. What is that? LL? What is LL? I don't know what that is. Wisconsin, fantastic. Frez is with us again. Carlos is from Michigan. Oh, Carlos is Frez. So we got two Carloses. We got Carlos from Raleigh and Durham, and we've got Frez, which is Carlos from Michigan. Thanks for being with us, Carloses, both of you. We've got a Carlos at our office. If you're not a member, you could give him a call, or Hunter or Zach could help you out. Thank you, sir, since last week. So excited. Thanks so much for being with us today, guys. As you come in, please don't be shy. Give us your name and where you're investing. Today's swag giveaway, what we are giving away. Let's go through this. So we've already decided this is the winner from last week. So the winner from last week is getting Do Hard Money backpack. Super nice little backpack here. We've got a Do Hard Money hat coming out your way. We've got a insulated water holder. We've got a stretchy, I don't know what this is, a stretchy thing. We've got the arm bender or hand muscle thingamajigger. We've got a water bottle that's coming your way. We've got another DHM stress house, and we also have a wristband. So that we already know who the winner is, and that is going to be announced on one of the last slides. So we're going to be doing that. Now, for this week, for this live cast moving forward for this week, we'll announce the winner next week. We've got one of my favorites here. This is one of my favorites, okay? This is our, let me try and get this right. I Flippin' Did It t-shirts. How cool are these bad boys? And then it's got our little thing on the back here, black shirts. And these are not cheap shirts. These are the most comfortable shirts you will ever wear in your life. I love these things. So we got this coming your way. We've also got a water bottle coming your way. We've got a little coaster. We've got a Do Hard Money coaster coming your way. Another hand exerciser. Man, we got a bunch of stuff in this one. Let me start putting stuff back so I can get it off my desk here. We've got another insulated water bottle holder. We've got another DHM stress house. We got a jump rope. All of this, is going to be coming your way. Who's interested in winning swag this week? Type it in the comments. Again, we'll be announcing the winner from last week at the end of today, and this week's winner will be announced next week, which gives you the opportunity to become the swag winner. And we're going to talk about how to become the swag winner. Who wants to win the swag today? Maybe that's the real question I should be asking. Okay, here we got here. Okay, replying to Rob Lewis. Where is Rob Lewis? Okay, awesome. Thank you for the swag. Carlos, how that swag? I can't remember what you got on the swag last week. I can't remember what we were giving away, so let me know. Maurice, how's it going? Carlos wants to win the swag. Carlos in Texas, right? No. Which Carlos is this? I got too many Carloses today. This is awesome. Oh, Raleigh-Durham. This is the Carlos in Raleigh-Durham. It looks like he may be the only one that wants the swag today. Oh, no, I got a few more. Gerald wants to win the swag. Nan wants to win the swag. Swag winner here. Did you already win, Nan, or you want to be a winner? Let me know, because I would love to know. Oh, Teresa wants to win the swag. Okay, we got a bunch of swag people today. So if you want to win the swag, please put it in the comments. But this is how you can be the swag winner, okay? Ask great questions. Put in the comments questions about what we're talking about or anything real estate related. Ask some questions. Interact. Make some positive comments, not just on this, but also on the recorded video. The other thing that you can put in here is, in addition to the positive comments, is you can make comments towards other people, like congratulating Carlos when he won the swag last week, or those types of things. We're looking for engagement. We want to have people getting to know each other and appreciate that. Also, this is a big one, guys. Comments on recorded videos. So once this video is done, it'll go live as a recorded video. And so that's a big one as well, and high interaction. That's what we're looking. So if you want to be the swag winner, please put in the comments, I want to be the swag winner, and this is what you do. Ask great questions, have positive comments, have interactions with other people, comment on the recorded videos, and based upon that, I will choose one winner. I forgot, we also have a Do Hard Money sticker that's going out for the winner for this week as well. Okay, thank you for your comments. Keep them coming. Comments are everything to me, guys. It's a ton of work. Frez, who's Carlos, said, I hate to say it, I spent $8K on flipping home mentoring program, and I've gathered more out of this video than I did from that program. Frez, Carlos is with us today, so I'm glad you're back and you're with us again. Tony Robertson just subscribed. Really appreciate that, Tony, very much so. Okay, I got a couple things. Let's see. Who else wants to? Definitely me. Carlos wants it. I want to be the winner. Okay, I want to be the winner for Hans37. Who? Tell us what your name is. I'd love to know who it is. So if you like these live casts and you want to see them continue, I need your help. Okay, we are currently at 4,411 subscribers. My goal is to get to 4,455 subscribers by the end of November. So I've got 45 people I'm looking for that want to be part of this community, that want to be part of real estate investing, that want to be part of changing their financial future by learning, earning, giving, and helping others along the way. If that's something that you're interested, I want you to subscribe to this channel, okay? If you're not currently a subscriber, like Larix Russell, who just said, hey, I'm tuning in for my first time, we appreciate you being with us. But take it a step further and go to YouTube and just hit the subscribe button so that you can get it. Our channel is Do Hard Money, DOHRDMONEY.com, and go and subscribe, okay, Larix? I would really appreciate it. Fahar, thanks for being with us. Josh says hello. Thanks for being with us, Josh. Gerald, thanks for subscribing, man. Appreciate it. We won't let you down. We won't let you down. Okay, who else? Thanks for being here. Okay, so the other thing that I'm doing is every single day I am putting a new video together. And if you don't think that's a lot of work, it is. It takes a ton of time to put these videos together, but I'm doing these little short videos. So like real estate market in 2020, buyers and sellers market, those are all on YouTube. They're absolutely free. You can check them out. The other thing I would say is if you want me to do a video on a specific topic, watch one of these videos, type it in the comments what you'd like me to do a video on, and that'll be something I'll queue up to do for a future video and answer a question directly for you. So if that's something you're interested in, watch some of these short videos. They're typically 5 minutes or less, answering a very specific question, and I want to help you out. I want to help you in real estate investing and getting to where you want to be. Fahars, thanks for subscribing. I just subscribed, and it is my first time too. Nan, thank you. I hope I'm saying your name right, but I think so. Thank you for being a subscriber. Thank you for being a new subscriber and for being with us today. Now I know how to subscribe. I'm in. Josh, thanks for being in. Really appreciate it. So to subscribe, just go to YouTube, you hit this little subscribe button, but in addition to that, if you can give us a thumbs up on the videos, and if you hit that little bell notification as I come live or as we do other videos, you'll get notified of that, which is a huge benefit, huge benefit. So Do Hard Money, YouTube is our YouTube channel, and please leave a comment on the recording video. But if you really like what I'm doing here, the biggest compliment you can give me, in addition to these things, is telling somebody else about this. There's no better way to make financial friends than being on the same topic. And some of my best friends to this day, I started with in real estate 20 years ago, and they have been friends for life. And we're doing the same things, and we have some of the same challenges and problems, and we're able to communicate and talk about it. So I really encourage you to make some friends this way as well. Gerald, staging a home after a flip would be helpful. Gerald, I have some really cool ways to do that, actually. Heck, I'm just going to tell you one of them. So everybody wants to stage the house, and it can get really expensive. So one of the things that I started doing is I would use a blow-up mattress. So you know those big crates that you put stuff in, those plastic bins, right? I would put all my staging material in those plastic bins, and one of the staging materials would be a blow-up mattress. So I'd take out the blow-up mattress, and I'd have a couple of those bins, and I would blow up the mattress. I'd put the mattress on top of the bins, and then I'd put a comforter on top of it, and I basically had a bed for less than $100 because there's a blow-up mattress with a big comforter on top of it. Super cool, great ninja hack there. Hope it's helpful. But yeah, we could do that. And John, if you'll get that, put down on something we should be talking about. Carlos, usually catch the podcast. Glad to finally be live. Carlos is an income hacker listener. Carlos, thanks for being an income hacker, man. Appreciate you being with us today and listening live. Ask some questions. I'm here for you. Just forward to a few people. Carlos, thank you. Forward it out. Get some few people. Really appreciate it. Okay, real estate market update. Let's just talk about what I'm seeing in the market. One of the things I'd be interested in what you're seeing in your marketplace. What are you seeing? Are you seeing values going up, values going down, going sideways? What are you seeing with homeowners and tenants? What are you seeing with people going into default? Is any of that applicable? We're going to talk a little bit about it. Okay, Realtor.com said homes sold in 53 days in October. That is 13 days faster than last year and 1 day faster than September. This is the first time the pace of sales had sped up from September to October since 2011, signaling buyers continue to face tough competition. Within the nation's 50 largest metro, homes sold even faster, spending only 45 days on the market. Buffalo, New York was the only metro to have the home sell slower than last year. Hartford, Connecticut, 23 days faster. Virginia Beach, 22 days faster. San Diego, 20 days faster. Okay, LOL, I guess I'm ready to stage a house. I have a few inflatables. I love it. That's awesome. Josh, subscribe now. Yeah, that's the thing about the inflatables, Carlos. Don't tell your relatives you have them, because then they'll want to come bunk out on those inflatables instead of getting a hotel room. Okay, Josh, thanks for subscribing, man. Thank you. Appreciate you being with us. Appreciate you subscribing. We won't let you down. Fantastic. Let's keep going here. What are you seeing in the real estate market in your area? The median listing price grew 12.2% year over year to $350,000 in October. This is an acceleration from September when prices grew 11.1%. So we're seeing it everywhere. Josh is telling me values going up, live in New Jersey, mass exodus from New York. That's really interesting. Appreciate the feedback. What's happening in your area? Post it in the comments now. A severe lack of homes for sales continuing despite improvements in newly listed homes. Newly listed homes were down 7.7% compared to last year, meaning there's less inventory, there's less homes that people can go buy, which is driving prices up that we're seeing. And in September, when new listings were down 13.8%. Okay, Yahoo Finance reports it's also been a boon for builders who are confident as they have ever been. The National Association of Home Builders reported this week as they rush to meet the demands of the severely undersupplied housing market. Indeed, single-family housing starts are proceeding at the fastest clip in 13 years. So more new home construction for the single families happening more than it's happened in the last 13 years. Gerald says, should we be looking to buy rentals in this market? It depends, Gerald. If you find a smoking deal, then you might want to think about hanging on to it. But typically in this type of a market, you want to be doing transactional business, buying and selling, doing a wholesale or selling it and fix and flipping type idea. So I think in most cases you want to be looking transactional in and out. And if we see any changes, unless you're getting just like a really, really good deal. I think it also just depends on your financial situation, because there's this idea called dollar cost averaging. So if you buy one every single year, whether the price is high or the price is low, eventually you'll average out and the overall appreciation will go up. But I would say for my situation, I'm not necessarily looking to buy any rentals today. If we saw a big decline in a few years, then I'd be interested in buying a bunch of rental properties. But at this point, no. So I think transactional business is probably the best to be doing. Hope that helps you, Gerald. If not, put some comments in. Carlos, can opium, it's really Frez, opium be used for new build? OPM stands for other people's money, and it can for sure, but you're going to be hard-pressed to find a hard money lender that will do new construction, especially if you're not a contractor yourself. One of the things we don't like to do is what's called spec homes, where you're a builder's building a home, speccing it out, hoping a buyer will come and purchase it. And even in this market, it's not something that's really interesting. So new construction is not something I recommend for a new real estate investor. As a matter of fact, I've never done new construction myself. I've done core and shell where we finish the insides, but I wouldn't recommend that. The real story in real estate is just how strong the housing market has been and continues to be. We'll get into this a little bit below, but existing home sales were up to a $6 million level. And the new home sales side, they've crossed the 1 million mark. There's nothing left to say except, wow. No question. Quicken Loans says the average interest rate on 30-year fixed mortgages with 0.6 points paid in fees was 2.81%, which is 6 basis points on the week. This has fallen from 3.69% from a year ago. Bumpy waters ahead. New mortgage data suggests a wave of foreclosures is coming. This is interesting, guys. And Gerald, back to your comment about buying rental properties. There may be an opportunity here and there may not. It just depends on how these get absorbed up, but it's something you should be keeping your eye on. See, one of the cool things that's happening right now is it's getting harder to find good deals. Which means the people that are not dedicated, that are not serious, that are not committed, are basically leaving and they're not even trying anymore. So if you are dedicated, if you are serious, if you are willing to put in the time, there will be an opportunity, but you got to put in the extra time because that's how you're finding these properties now. And one of these ways is through foreclosures. So here's what's happening. Here's what we're seeing. If you're a home flipper or landlord on the hunt for a new investment, then keep your eyes on early next year. 2 reports released this week signal an incoming wave of foreclosures likely hitting in the first half of 2021. Once homeowners have exhausted their mortgage forbearance options under the CARES Act. So you guys remember this. The CARES Act came out and said, hey, you don't have to make some payments for a couple months. Foreclosures are also set to expire. The moratorium is set to expire December, opening the door for more lenders to take action on delinquent homeowners in this new year. Loan default. Here's how the totals break down. 30 to 59 days is 1.6% of all mortgage loans are delinquent. 60 to 90 days is 0.8%. 90 plus days, there are 4.3% of the loans that are in delinquent, that are 4.3%. That's massive. And 150-day delinquent is 1.2% of the loans that are out there. This is really interesting, guys. This can be an opportunity for us to scoop up some deals. Another report this time by Adam Data suggests that foreclosure waves may be coming, according to the numbers released in this week. Louisiana, New York, New Jersey, Mississippi, and Florida have the highest statewide shares of delinquent loans right now. So, Josh, you were talking about being in New Jersey and seeing the exodus from New York. You may start seeing that change depending upon what happens with foreclosures. And I'm going to show you a cool way to do this. At the metro level, these are markets that you see keep your eye on. Miami, 12% of all loans. New York, 11% of loans. Las Vegas, 10% of loans. Houston, 10% of loans. Who have I got from? I know I got a bunch of Texans in the house here. Did I have somebody from Houston? I can't remember who's here from. Oh, Rob. Rob's from Houston. You're with us today. Appreciate it. And Chicago at 8%. Do I have some Illinoisans? Am I saying that right? People from Illinois, because we call them Texans. So would that be Illinoisans? I don't know. Okay, this can be used. You can use Investor's Edge. Now's the time. Actually, I got a couple of comments. I was looking to counteract the taxes from flip gains. Oh, Gerald. Yeah, I mean, if you can, pay cash or put a bunch of money down, then it may make sense. If you can find a good deal and put some money down, then it's probably worth it. But as far as the taxes, counteract the taxes, it may make some sense to do that for you. So no substitute for real-time information. Glad I tuned in. Larix, thanks for being with us. Josh, I have my ear to the ground. I love it. Gerald is from Illinois. Okay, so here's what I want to show you guys real quick before we kind of jump into this. So here's basically I'll just use a zip code. Here's a zip code in Illinois since Gerald just came on here. Okay, one of the cool things that you could do is you can come in here and make filters on Investor's Edge. And one of the things that you can look at is pre-foreclosures. So if you come here to pre-foreclosures, so we're talking about all these foreclosures hitting first of the year, like in January, unless something gets extended. If that's the case, I can come here and look at statuses. Notice of default or lis pendens is when the lender says you're behind. So I can come and look in that zip code. There are 79 properties in this 60621 that have a lis pendens right now on them. These are opportunities. Gerald, you should be all over these if you're not. So you've got these. Now you've got auctions. So if I want to say these are just the ones that are in auction, there's only 5 in auction. Remember, there's that moratorium on auctions, but that's going to be lifted here in January is the current plans, right? Okay, and then default releases bank-owned properties. These are properties excuse me, in this zip code, there's 179 of them. And one of the things you could do is you could say, hey, I want ones that are not on the MLS that are bank-owned properties. There's 168 of those right now in this specific zip code in Illinois that are bank-owned properties that are not currently on the multiple listing service. That is an opportunity right now. Let's see here. Oh, let me jump back over. So what I want to make sure everybody knows is with Investor's Edge, you can come in here and filter by zip code and based upon house types, and then you can filter the information on the pre-foreclosure. Okay, Josh, okay, we talked about that. Gerard, I'm so sorry. The print is like this little. I actually have pretty decent vision. Gerard, thanks for being with us. You should be all over these properties right here, man. Let me look at these pre-foreclosures. Let's just come back here. Notice the defaults is pretty low right now, and these probably aren't worth going after, these 72, just because of this whole concept where they've done the CARES Act. But come January, if that does not get continued, they're going to be great properties to be going after, and Investor's Edge can make it happen. Okay, I'm late, but I made it. Alicia, thanks for being here. Really appreciate you being with us, and glad you made it. Okay, let's see. Carlos, it says Frez. That's why I keep trying to remember his name. I have not been contacted yet by Do Hard Money. I want Investor's Edge. Get ahead of the curve and start flipping homes. Carlos, yes, you do. Did you have a meeting scheduled? Did you call us? Are you waiting on us? What's going on? Put it in the chat here. John will get something going for you. Okay, let me grab a drink. All right, COVID-19 update. I'm really curious what's happening in your area. Just today, I told the family we're going to call off Thanksgiving with extended family because we want to be part of the solution. Just it's disappointing times right now, guys. There's no question about it. But as you know, we got some good news coming on the horizon with some vaccinations and a few good things. Okay, so nationwide, we're seeing an uptick. I don't think that's anything new to any of you, but we're definitely seeing an uptick when it comes to nationwide with COVID cases. And if you haven't seen this is the ICU beds, this is the ventilator needs, and this is the all beds needed in hospitals. And this is as of today. You can see we've had some ups, we've had some downs, but this is actual, and then past today is actually forecast. So you have an idea. Alicia Booth is one of our people that have been on our live cast in Maryland. Just giving you an idea, there's 3,961 total beds with 717 in use as of right now. Kendall is one of our people on our live cast as well. I'll give you an idea of Illinois, which is where let's see who is here. I was saying Gerald, but it's Gerald. Let's see, 14,552 with 5,663 beds. Israel from Ohio, 14,291 with 2,882 beds that are in use right now. So, some great news. Fawcett, who's the head, what do they call, disease expert, I think, the pandemic won't be around a lot longer. I am certainly looking forward to that. I hope he's got a money-back guarantee on that one. This week, Pfizer reported that its vaccination has been found to be 90% effective, and as a matter of fact, the other vaccination came out 95% effective, so we're really excited about that. Moderna's candidate COVID-19 vaccination looks to be 94%. Here's the cool thing. The Moderna's has to be refrigerated, whereas the Pfizer has to be like frozen. So transportation was an issue, but Moderna's doesn't have to be. So some good news with that. Let's see. Carlos is telling us Michigan values have gone up as well. I'm seeing it too. And everything will be closed as of tomorrow. Yeah, that stinks. No fun there. But the great news is it's an opportunity for us to get going with investing, learning, sending out things, making contact. China just became the first country to grow its economy after COVID-19. What lessons can the U.S. learn from China? Pretty interesting here. The first cases in China were around November 17th. So that makes me hopeful. We started having ours in March, so by March, I'm hoping we're back to a new reality, a new normal, which I'm excited about. Risk of COVID-19 exposure on planes virtually non-existent when masks are worn, study shows, according to ABC News. And NPR, could the live flu vaccination help you fight off COVID-19? It looks like it can. To get Investor's Edge, do you have to pay the application fee? Yeah, there's costs on Investor's Edge. We include it with part of our program to have our Investor's Edge software. If that's something you're interested in, give us a holler. You can talk to Carlos, Zach, or Hunter, and they can help you out. But just give us a call, and we can talk about a program that'll work for you. New CDC report says 94% of patients who died from COVID had other health issues. COVID, more immunity reaction to some common colds might provide protection against COVID-19. Last immunity seen after mild COVID infection reports. Kids might be less susceptible to catching and spreading the novel coronavirus than adults are. Young people who live in a household with COVID-19 patients had 5.2% risk of catching the virus. Those between ages of 20 and 50 have a 14% risk, while those over 60 have an 18.4% risk. Okay, what do we got here? All done. Emails sent. You bet, Carlos. Looking forward to talking to you and working with you. Okay, guys, this is the main event. This is what you came for. We're going to talk all about how to minimize your legal risk. And you're going to want to listen up because this could save you a ton of money. All right. Let's get all situated here, and we're going to go through this and take a bunch of questions here at the end. Okay, we're going to be talking about how to minimize your legal risk and personal liability in flipping houses. What you're going to learn today is the process I use to lower risk and liability. Things you should be doing in your rehab, things you should be doing when making an offer. Now, I just need to give this disclosure. I'm not an attorney, but I pay for lots of them. And this is from my experience. Not every situation is the same, so seek some counsel if you see it fit. But let's talk about some of the risk and potential personal liability when you're flipping properties. Risk and personal liability. Liability when the property is under contract. So you take on some liabilities when you actually put the property under contract. You have some problems when you're actually buying the property. You have some problems when you're rehabbing and dealing with a contractor. And you have some problems after you sell with meth, mold, injury, death. So you've got before you buy the property, right? So you've got that. While you buy the property, when you do the rehab, and after you sell the property, you have risks involved with all those. So let's just start with the property under contract. So one of the things is enforcement of the contract. If you don't buy the property after you've gone through the period, you can find yourself in trouble. And this can be avoided by drafting the contract to the property better. So purchase contract typical provisions have an inspections and due diligence provision. They also have a loan denial provision. They have an appraisal provision. Those are the big ones that you're going to be dealing with. So let's talk about this inspections and due diligence. I think this is one of the most misunderstood. So the idea is if you go to a property and you see the property and you spend 10 minutes inside the property and then you make them an offer, you shouldn't, as a buyer, be held to that offer because you haven't really been able to check out the property enough to say, I'm 100% committed. That said, a seller shouldn't be able to back out of a contract once you've signed it because they don't have any due diligence additionally to do. So the idea is I can make an offer on a property and say, hey, I'll pay you this for the property. Now, I don't really know if that's the right price because I haven't done my due diligence. So what I then do is I do my due diligence. And once I've done my due diligence, as long as I do it before a specific deadline, if I find problems, I can renegotiate, I can pull out of the contract, and I can get all my earnest money back. So I find a lot of people that are concerned about making offers, and I say, give an offer to everybody. Here's an offer for you, an offer for you, an offer for you, an offer for you. Just make sure you put a due diligence deadline in there. And if they accept that offer, do your due diligence prior to the time that due diligence deadline happens. And if so, you have no liability. You can get a home inspection. You can take a friend over there. You can do anything. And that's one of the things a lot of people don't realize. The inspections and due diligence, frankly, if you just felt bad about the house the next day, you could pull out as long as it's before that inspections and due diligence deadline. Now, every contract's a little bit different depending upon you're using a board of realtors form for a specific state, or if you're using your own form or using our form, there's different names that are going to be on those things. Okay, for any reason, if you don't want to move forward, you can cancel the contract and get your earnest money back as long as it's done prior to the time that deadline is supposed to happen. It must be before the deadline. I like to make this deadline 2 weeks out. 2 weeks from the time I make the offer, I want to make sure that I've got 2 weeks out. So don't be scared to make offers. Like I said, give everybody an offer. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the loan denial deadline. If you don't get the loan you wanted, so this can be at the interest rate you want, this can be at the down payment you want, this can be anything, you can remove yourself from the contract. So there's typically a loan denial deadline that will give you the ability to do that and to get your earnest money back as long as you do it prior to that deadline, which works out really well as long as you do it before the deadline. I keep saying this, but this is really important. So I like to make this deadline 3 to 4 weeks. If you really want to know, in some of our training, we talk about it in detail. We say do this based upon calendar days. So I like to make it offer so many business days, not calendar days. I like to do it business days from the time the offer is accepted. Because one of the things that I find when I make offers is you might go back and forth a few times. If I make an offer, they take a couple days to respond. They respond to me. I counteroffer them. They counteroffer me. It might have taken us over a week before we actually go under contract. And if I put my deadline 2 weeks out, I've already eaten up a week and I didn't even have that time. So what I like doing making offers is I like to make it business days, because you got holidays. I mean, we got Thanksgiving next week, for heck's sakes. So I like to make this based upon business days, not based upon calendar days. It makes a big difference. And I like to make it a number of days instead of a specific deadline. Because if I say I'm going to do this by, November 25th, but we take a week going back and forth, then I'm only dealing with business days, which does not include weekends, which does not include holidays, which makes it a lot clearer and gives you some more time. Makes a big difference. This can give your hard money lender time to get you approved and get you ready to go as well. The other thing we're talking about here is appraisal. This is if the home does not appraise. Meaning if the home does not appraise, then you can get out of the contract, okay? It is typically not used as much for investing as it is for home ownership. You should be buying the property well under appraisal value if you are buying for an investment. You can use this one if you wish. Now, with these deadlines, set them out as long as you have to do your due diligence. Don't pass them up if you have any concerns. When in doubt, pull out. If you do, your earnest money is in jeopardy. So meaning if you have a deadline and you don't pass it, your earnest money can be in jeopardy, which puts you in some risk. So legal risks and personal liability when owning the property. Let's switch gears here a little bit. We've talked about the risk that can happen when you're making offers and how to avoid those risks by putting deadlines in place and making sure you're doing those inspections as necessary. Now we're going to talk about when you actually own the property and some of the legal risks. One of the big things is, what if somebody gets hurt on the property? I had a friend that owned a property. A neighborhood kid came over. He knocked down an icicle in the winter. That icicle, he looked up, he knocked down. The icicle came and hit him right in the eye, and he got sued for millions of dollars. The kid ended up not having eyesight in that eye, which no question is super sad. I don't want to discount that in any way, shape, or form. The question is who should be responsible for that? And the answer is the kid should be responsible. He shouldn't have knocked down an icicle looking up and on somebody else's property. So it was a big mess. Let's talk about another situation. A contractor gets hurt on the job. I have a friend. He had a contractor on his property. The contractor was working with a saw. The contractor makes a mistake and cuts. Whoop, finger goes bye-bye. They can't sew it back on. Okay? Same situation here. Who's responsible for that? Well, these are both very, very unfortunate events. I'm not trying to discount somebody losing a finger, losing an eye. That would be horrendous. That would be horrible, awful. I can't think of things that would be worse. Horrible. But the question is, should you be liable to pay for somebody else's accident? And the answer is no. But if you're not prepared, you will be the one paying for somebody else's accident. Even if you fight it and win, there's a huge legal bill. So let's just say you're doing a remodel. You're in the middle of a remodel. You sell the property. Somebody moves into the property and a family member dies in the home that you remodeled due to mold, meth, radon, or something else. It may not even have anything to do with that. It may have to do with something else, and they pass away, unfortunately, anyway, but they want to say it has something to do with a product you put in, or the carpet you put in, or the paint you put in. I don't know. You name it. These are the types of things. So the family decides to sue you. How do you protect yourself? Is really the question with both of these. And one, you get insurance. So for the guy with the icicle coming through the eye, you get some insurance on that. There's also going to be some contracts we're going to talk about. We're also going to talk about how to put the property into an entity. So this can have some basic coverage. In most cases, it won't help out a lot, but it will help out a little bit. And if you're working with us in getting some financing, then we're gonna help ensure those things are in place and help you get some insurance on that. Contractors, working with a general contractor, make sure you have a contract in writing. I get two things from general contractors. I get their bid that goes through the pricing, which I have a bid form that I require them to use. In addition to that, I have a services agreement that says here's how that works, and our members all have access to those. In that, the contractor says they carry insurance, they carry workers' compensation, they take on liability. So if somebody does cut their finger off, they have already in advance have taken on that. And we have a contract we use. All our members get access to that. I talked about that earlier. This is the best thing that you can possibly use, in my humble opinion, for liability, and that's called a special purpose entity, also known as an SPE. Each time we do a deal, we set up a new LLC. That new LLC is a SPE, special purpose entity, or single purpose entity. This limits the liability to this specific property. So if you get this property, you put it under contract, it goes in this LLC, you fix the property up and sell it. If something happens, you're not personally liable in most cases on this. It's the LLC. After you sell the property, the LLC is dissolved because it was only for that one special purpose entity for that one property. And then the next deal, you start up a new LLC. This gives you insulation from having events with problems on properties before, during, and after you buy the property, rent the property, sell the property, in addition to insurance, in addition to contracts. This is the best thing. This shields the personal liability. And great news for our members, our attorneys set this up for our members so that they have this protection. There's a lot to think about when you're getting started as a real estate investor. We're here to help out. When you make an offer to get it into the SPE, you put it in your name and or assigns. So if I was writing it, I would say Ryan Wright and or assigns. Or Ryan Wright and new LLC to be created, or Ryan Wright with new entity to be created. So there's different ways that you can do that in order to get that into the LLC when you're making the offers. Critically important. The biggest risks I see are overvaluing properties. This is one of the risks I see people making all the time, so you got to be very careful with that. I also see people underestimating the rehab, so they underestimate how much it's going to cost them to get the property fixed up. Project management and hitting timelines. This is a big one. Your contractor goes over budget. Your contractor goes over time frame. How do you manage that? How do you make sure they don't? How do you get a good bid up front? These are also really big risks that have to do with the property. And I have covered these in other live casts. So I have a whole live cast on how to calculate rehab costs. Go check it out. I've got another live cast. If you haven't seen it, the recorded video is there. How to do competitive market analysis. Go check those out. That will help you with these other major things that can become problems as far as the liability in working with properties. Okay, guys. I hope this has been helpful for you. Our complete system takes brand new investors through flipping their first home. It's called a Find, fund flip system. Dozens of hours training, deal finding software, access to our 100% financing loans. dohardmoney.com/get started. Check it out. John, if you'll put that in the comments here so people can click on that, dohardmoney.com/getting started. We'd love to have you check that out. Okay, couple of things. Alicia, what do we got here? Alicia, great topic today. I'm glad. I hope that's been really helpful. What questions do you have? Let's see, RPM, email sent, fantastic. I always add 10-day due diligence and have the option to back out with all the offers I submit. I'm with you. I think it's Rob. It says RPM. I think it's Rob. I'm with you, Rob. Totally agree. Let's see. Carlos says, not including nights and weekends or holidays. Right. That's exactly right. Never mind. Answer my question. Good. Always have insurance at closing. Yeah, you need hazard insurance. And hazard insurance is going to have some limitations. I just want to be real. There are some limitations on that. Okay. Carlos says, I'm excited. So am I, Carlos, and I'm super glad you're with us again today. I love it. We just posted that link. John's got it in here. So dohardmoney.com/get started if this is something you'd be interested in. And just for those that were asking, this does include our Investor's Edge software we talked about earlier. Now, for those of you that are with us, that have been hanging on here, rehab estimate form. If you want to get a copy of our rehab estimate form, go to dohardmoney.com/rehab-estimate-form. John's going to post that in the comments here as well. You can just click on that and get a copy of our rehab estimate form. Alicia, that's awesome. I'm glad. I think so too. If you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and click the bell notifications. Leave a comment and tell somebody else about it. Anybody that has some questions on this, how to protect risk, please type it in the comments. I want to help answer those questions. If we are not new, can we still use your financing? Absolutely. We do financing regardless. We help people that are new, intermediate, or experienced. We've got a guy we just closed. He's done his 4th or 5th deal this year with us. So super awesome. You only do financing of the property, but not the rehab, correct? Incorrect, Josh. We'll actually finance the purchase of the rehab, the closing costs, as long as that all fits under 70% of the after repaired value. So check us out or give us a call, Josh. We'd love to talk to you if you're in an area and if you're the type of person that we want to be working with. So we'll check it out. Teresa says, love the information. I'm super glad. Looks like John just posted in the comments here, dohardmoney.com/rehab-estimate-form. Check it out. What other questions do you guys have about risk? What other questions do you have about this topic that I can help out? Please let us know. Please type in the comments. I want to answer them. Josh says, we'll call. Yeah, give us a call. Josh, you want to talk to Carlos, Zach, or Hunter. One of those 3 gentlemen can help you out. They're fantastic. Okay, so what do you guys want to see for future live casts? Please type in the comments something you would like to see for future live casts. Whether you're listening live or you're listening to the recorded version, type in the comments what you'd like to see for one of these future live casts. And while you're thinking about that, please check out dohardmoney.com/rehab-estimate-form to get a free copy of our rehab estimate form. Alicia's got a question. Does getting an LLC for every property absolutely necessary to limit personal liability? Alicia, I won't do it otherwise. So I don't think it's absolutely necessary, but I don't think you should do it. It's very inexpensive to get an LLC set up, and it offers so much protection. It's like an insurance policy. I haven't made a claim on my truck's insurance policy since the day I started driving when I was 16 years old. But I still pay for it. And the reason is because if it did, it could be really expensive. So I look at it as an insurance policy. So I highly recommend it, but it would not be necessary. I don't want to be involved if there's not a separate SPE on each property to limit that liability for you. I just think it's undue risk that's not necessary. And I've got lots more horror stories in addition to cutting off fingers and those things we talked about today. Is it recommended to get an LLC? That's Carlos, that's exactly what we're talking about with a special purpose entity. That is an LLC. And for our members, our attorney helps get those set up properly for you. So that is an LLC, and that's exactly what's what's working on that. Gerard says, do you lend in all states? No, we're very specific on the states we lend in. You can check it out at dohardmoney.com. We'll show you the states we actually lend in. So put it on there. Josh says, how about tax license for a future podcast? Tax license. You mean tax liens? Is that what you're talking about, Josh? Tax license. I'm not sure what you mean, but love to get some more feedback on that. Nan says, I'll probably have a question after digesting all the information. You gave us quite a bit to chew on. Nan, I'm here same time, same place every week, Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern. So bring those questions and I'm happy to answer them. Carlos, subject 2 seems like a good way to take action on these upcoming foreclosures. Hey, that's a good one, Carlos, for a future topic. Subject 2s. I like it. Alicia, future topic, the behind the scenes task from your rehab, stuff no one shows you. Yeah, the disaster, you mean? I think everybody, if you watch HGTV, all the drama is about the problem on the rehab. But yeah, that's a great topic. Really appreciate it. So you recommend an S Corp and an LLC for each property? No, I recommend just an LLC, but it's a special LLC called a special purpose entity. It's a special kind of an LLC. It's not an S Corp and an LLC. It's just an LLC, but it's called a SPE, a special purpose entity, which is a special type of a limited liability company called an LLC. Don't worry, Carlos. We take care of our members with this and can get you on the right foot with that. Hope that answers your question. If not, Alicia, I'm not discounting. I think it's a great topic, the behind the scenes stuff, but it seems like every drama in what you want to see is the things that go wrong and they don't get fixed with a magic wand. Poof, the magic of TV. Yeah, I'm with you. Okay, guys, if you have enjoyed this, you are going to love Income Hacker. This is our podcast. It happens every single week. Check it out, Income Hacker. You can check out the website, and you can check us out anywhere you listen to podcasts. So you can listen to those on iTunes or Stitcher or Spotify, wherever that is. If you haven't already, get a copy of our rehab estimate form. Rehab estimate form, dohardmoney.com/rehab-estimate-form and get it. Gerard, great interaction, everybody. Good flipping luck. I actually like that one. Maybe we should make a t-shirt on that. Good flipping luck. I kind of like that. I'm gonna jot that one down. I appreciate it. Alicia, yep, I subscribe to Income Hacker. Love the content, Alicia, and we love you as well. Okay, our winner is, let's talk about who our winner is for this week. We'll be sending out everything we talked about earlier with the, whoops, I just hit the microphone, with the backpack and everything else. Our winner for last week, and remember, you can be the winner for this next week by having positive comments, putting comments on videos, recorded videos, interaction. Our winner is, drum roll please, Frez is our winner. Frez, email support at dohardmoney.com, which is Carlos. Put in the swag winner as the subject line. Put in your screen name, your mailing address, and your cell phone number. We want to make sure we get this to you. We will send you out the free swag. Congratulations to Frez, a.k.a. Carlos, for being our swag winner of the week. You're not going to get it if you don't email us, so please make sure you email support at Do Hard Money. Our team will be waiting for you. Congratulations. Thanks, Alicia, for saying hello. Let's see, Frez, how many flips can you carry at a time? We like to see people have no more than 3 at any given time, but honestly, get your first done. What I like to tell people is, hey, you find a property, start fixing it up. While you're in the fix-up phase, start trying to find that new property. Once you put the property on the market, then you close on a new property. You really only want to have 1 in rehab, but you can go up to 3, but you want to make sure you space those out. Carlos says, congratulations, Frez. Let's see. Way to go, Frez. You're the winner of the week, so make sure you email that over. All those who participated, find out if you won the swag for next week. So join us next week. Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We will be here, same time, same place. Thank you so much of you for being with us. Make sure you grab that rehab estimate form if you haven't already. dohardmoney.com/rehab-estimate-form and make it a very profitable day, guys. Thank you for being with us, and we will talk to you next week. Take care, and bye for now.